I'm Dr. Jeanne Schul, and today we're going to be talking about the cultural impact of dreams and how in different cultures, we're going to be talking about one specific culture, how the way we understand dreams can vary and affect how we talk about dreams. And I have a special guest today who's going to tell us a bit about herself and her way of dreaming.
Well, hello. My name is Noemi de Miguel, and I was born and raised in Spain. And I think that has a lot to do with the way I dream and the way I see my dreams. Mm-hmm. If I can share with you some, when I dream, the first person I always ask is my mom, because she's the one that is the most religious out of my family, and she will explain to me what my dreams mean. Now in Spain, if someone's not religious, they usually don't think about dreams much. They just relate it to stress or to bad factors in their life. But when people are religious, and most of Spain is Catholic, or a small minority like myself is Protestant, we do tend to link our dreams with the spiritual or the supernatural. So whenever I have a dream that is just normal and doesn't have any supernatural aspects to it, my mother will just help me through the process, maybe tell me or ask me if I'm stressed or if there's something in my life that is not working well. Or I remember when I used to have a lot of classes back to back last semester, I would have bad dreams on the days before. So my mom helped me, like, oh, you're probably just stressed because you know that you're gonna have a terrible day tomorrow. But whenever my dreams have otherworldly characteristics, be good or bad, it could be angels, it could be something that resembles God, it could be the devil, it could be a ghost, then my mother's first response is, it's not, are you stressed? It's, is your life all right with God? Is your spiritual life going okay? Are you praying? Are you reading the Bible? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Because there's probably something wrong between you and God if there's something like this happening. Mm-hmm. So especially if I have a very vivid dream or continuous nightmares, that will be my mother's response rather than, are you stressed? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what I got from that. My grandparents are even more traditional than my mom, and I think that's because they grew up in a time where the Catholic Church was very powerful in Spain. It was 60s, 50s, around that time, and the Catholic Church was one of the main institutions. So every time I have a dream that is not even religious but superstitious, my grandma will jump out. So if my teeth fall out, she says that I'm going to get money. And if I dream of a wedding dress, she gets afraid because she thinks someone's going to die. So
with a wedding dress,
yes,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very counterintuitive. You would think that if you dream of a wedding dress, oh, someone's getting married, you should be happy. But dreaming of white is actually like a premonition of either death or something bad happening. Huh. So whenever, I dreamed about a wedding dress once, and I just never said anything to my grandma. I just kind of kept it to myself.
Let it go.
Because I personally don't think that dreams that I don't think they are going to come true, but I know that she does. Mm-hmm.
Is there, just for us to get a handle on it, Blanco, is white related to part of a death ritual in Spain?
Well, back in the day, people didn't actually get married in white. They got married in black because they couldn't afford more than one picture in their life. So they would use the picture of their wedding as their funeral picture.
Wow. How fascinating.
Yeah, okay. So getting married in white was only for people who were wealthy at the time, who could afford more than one picture, but it also didn't become mainstream until the economy got better and it was more of an American way to get married.
Okay.
So I don't think that because of this, and this was a long time ago, even before my grandmother, when money was very scarce. So I think that from that, they don't associate happy weddings or a good happy event with white because everybody was used to getting married in black.
Okay.
So I find it very strange. I believe that my great-grandmother did get married in black, but my grandmother already could afford a white dress. So it was in the 30s and 40s that up to this point I think that this was happening, at least for the working poorer classes. So I think that's why, I don't know why they think that when your teeth fall out you'll get money. I don't know where that comes from.
But it's sort of folk knowledge.
Yeah,
you
it's
might
just
say.
kind of like, oh, you will. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's because we have a lot of opposite. I don't know how to explain it, but for example, in my country, if you step on dog poop, it means you're gonna have a lot of good luck.
How interesting.
It's kind of like when you hit rock bottom, it can only go up from there.
There you
That's
go.
kind of our philosophy. So
Okay.
a lot of dreams that have bad connotations usually mean that something good's gonna happen to you.
Okay.
So it's interesting seeing that contrast between my grandma's generation and my mom's generation.
Right.
To where something bad happens, my grandma's like, well, it can only go up from here. And my mom, if something bad happens, she asks me, are you doing what you're supposed to do in your relationship with God? So it's kind of a fun perspective. And also me as someone who has been exposed to both Spanish culture and American culture, to where here dreams are often just dreams, or people perceive them as a mental process. It's really interesting to be able to see where the differences are.
Is there I know that you're an avid dreamer, Noemi. Is there anything related to your own dream that you would think would be part of this conversation you'd like to share?
Well, I don't know, but many of my dreams happen. I don't realize I'm dreaming while I'm dreaming. They're very vivid dreams. So I think because of that, I get deja vu in life. Because many times my dreams are not grandiose experiences that will not happen to me in real life. Sometimes I dream of things that are very possible. So when I'm awake, many times I feel as if I've lived this before, and it's probably because I've had a dream that resembles that situation. So I also think that being such a vivid dreamer sometimes makes it difficult for me to tell what time it is. So I'll wake up and I feel like I've been dreaming for days, and it's only been 3 hours. Like I had a dream that I had amnesia. I went to bed as a freshman in college, and I woke up as a second semester sophomore, and I could remember everything until the moment I went to sleep, but not anything after. So in my dream, everybody told me like, no, it's 2014. I was like, wait, I went to sleep in 2012. This makes no sense. So when I woke up, I checked my phone 10 times to make sure
I have
that
chills.
I was still in 2012. When my roommate came in, I yelled at her. I was like, what day is it? She was not expecting. She was like, it's Tuesday. And I said, no, the entire day. So it was so vivid that I didn't realize that I was dreaming. And my mom asked me again, is everything okay with your relationship with God? And I said, maybe not. Maybe it's not. At that moment I believed her. Maybe it was not.
Well, nothing like freshman year to be disorienting. I mean, that's a prime example of major change in your life.
Yeah. Oof. I still remember like the fear of, I finally understand what people who have amnesia feel like, because I didn't know I was sleeping, so I thought that I had woken up and I just couldn't remember. Like I went to sleep and then woke up in my room, and everybody kind of looked similar but different. Like my friend who had short hair had longer hair, and my friends looked a little bit older. It was just very terrifying. And I was up at Ford here on campus, and my friends were telling me, we're all waiting for you. We have our sophomore meeting. And but I'm a freshman. I started college 2 months ago. What are you talking about?
Wow.
So it was
So it's
very
vivid.
strange.
You felt it throughout
Yeah, I
your
could
whole
touch
being.
things. I could smell things in my dream.
Wow.
Like it was a very, very vivid dream. That's why I had to check my phone 10, 15 times to make sure that
Upon awakening.
I was awake. And since it was first person, I couldn't see that's actually something that tells me I'm dreaming, if I can see myself in the dream. But since it was first person, I couldn't tell.
But you even had the sense of scent, of smell.
And when I opened the door from my dorm, I could feel the wind, like the breeze in my face, and I could smell the reflection pool smell, like chlorine kind of. So it was a very, very, I don't think I've ever had a dream that's that vivid. That one's like the one I'll probably remember forever.
So sensei. Wow.
Mm.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Let's just